What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to This One Guys Handyman channel. This is my debut video of how to become a handyman, being a handyman, tools, skills, projects, how-tos, what not to do. So you want to be a handyman. All right. So you got the skills, you got the tools, you broke away from the herd, and now you're ready to get to work. And now you need some clients. You need some clientele. You need a fan base, and you need to get that money coming in. You're starting to get some clients coming in, word of mouth, warm market, but you need more. You want more. So let's talk about first impressions. Yeah, first impressions. I get what you're saying. Hold up. I don't need first impressions. We're not going on a date. This is not date night. Hear me out now. It's kind of like that. First impressions. Again, a client, when you're walking up to their house, or you're meeting them at a public place or a project site, as you're walking up towards their house, just like a first date, they are sizing you up, per se. Not to fight or anything like that, but they're sizing you up to first impressions, looking at your whole, everything about you, because that's all they have to go on besides what they may or may have not seen about you on the internet. But that first impression says everything about who they're getting ready to meet, their presentation on themselves. So by the time you greet and you say hello, they are already at a 50-50 chance, if not more, if they're going with you or they are already done with you right from the get-go. And you want to make sure you're trying to close this deal. So again, first impressions, my opinion, because there's a lot of videos out there that's saying how to do this, how to do that. You need the right tools, you need the right name, you need to get some marketing behind you, or you need to get some pictures, or you need some social stuff. My opinion, first impressions, is going to be what you dress, what you wear. So yes, this is a what you need to wear video. And I know, I ain't your mama, I ain't your daddy. I'm trying to tell you how to wear, but listen, this is a key part to trying to close your deals, to getting new customers, repeat customers, how to find new customers even when you're not looking. So attire is the number one thing on the meet and greet. So you want to look professional, play the part, look the part, because this is your business. This is your bread and butter. So play the part, play it the way you envisioned it, not just what you know from being on the trades, out on the job sites with, ripped up pants, stained up t-shirt, just all raggedy, kind of, out of the woods, homeless looking. So, first impressions, you don't want to wear shorts, you want to wear jeans, nothing wholly cut up, just some nice work jeans. Yeah, you're a tradesman, but you want some nice work jeans on, again, looks, not first impressions, to look. I would say, a decent shirt. If you want to play the part till its fullest, get a, polo shirts. I mean, again, you're trying to market yourself, take it as, you're marketing yourself, so you're not selling the product. So what is it that you're trying to sell? What is it that you're trying to offer is yourself, your skill set. So you need to package yourself as so, per se. So if you want to go the distance, a polo shirt. For me, I go with t-shirts. I go with the more dry fit style because of work related and its coolness for where I live at. And I actually have my logos and everything on it. But if you can afford to, when you start out, to go ahead and invest in doing some shirts with some logos or something on it, that is a good route to start off. Um, I know a lot of videos out there say don't invest into, branding yourself. Don't get into the LLCs and the S corps and all that. Just get the work, get the clients. Worry about that later. Yes, that's true. But for instance, again, your first impressions. If you have, a shirt with your name on it or a business name or anything that says, you know, what you're here to do or what you're kind of representing, that shows to the client that you're serious about yourself and you're serious about what you're trying to do, that you're taking that extra step to be presentational and to just display yourself properly in front of them, that you care about what you're trying to do and not just some guy off the street wanting to look for a side job just to make some weekend cash. So this is your bread and butter. You want to play this seriously. So if you are not ready to make that jump into putting a logo, putting a name, you can always wear something, like, DeWalt shirts or Milwaukee shirts or anything like that that has their little logos on it. And you're not representing them, but it's, again, you're showing into the trades that, again, that's kind of the direction you're in, and not just a plain white shirt or a plain black shirt, but that, you're representing yourself. But again, you have that characteristic of a more professional tradesman, that, work with certain power tools and or you're graded this way into, I don't know. You know what? I forgot. So yeah, you want to have a good shirt, something nice, no stains up and everything. Yeah, we're tradesmen, we're coming from the field, but still, if you're meeting someone new, dress the part. You're not just the worker anymore. You're not just the installer anymore. You're not just a technician anymore. Going into as a handyman, as trying to be jack of all trades. Keep in mind, you're just not the field worker. You're also the secretary. You're also the janitor, the owner operator. You're also the salesman, the marketer. You name it, you play all hats. So on the salesman side of it all, you need to play the part. On the tradesman side of it all, you play the part. You blend it all together and come up with what you need to. So for the salesman side, it's what we're talking about as far as the first impressions, because at that point, you're not the worker just yet. You're not the labor guy or the technician going to do the work. You're the salesman at this point. So again, you're selling a product. The product you're selling is yourself, because you're not selling a cup. You're not selling, a phone. You're selling your services. So your services is you, that skill set. So show that you take pride into what you're looking at, or what you're wearing, because other people are going to see that themselves. I've had countless customers when I'm in their houses tell me that they, applaud that I come in dressed the way I am, that, they like my logos, or they like a name, or they like, just how I come in clean cut versus other people that come into their house and would rather deal with me, because it seems like if I'm coming in, trying to take care of myself, I'm probably going to come in and try to take care of them too, and not being all, stained up or marked up or ripped up, that I'm not too, careful in what I'm doing. So again, I get, a lot of the customers who give me that kind of feedback, that, they appreciate, my first impressions or my attire as I come in and out, that it says a lot about what I'm trying to stand for. So next thing, you got your pants, you got your shirt, accessories. Yeah. Again, who am I? Accessories. Tradesmen don't wear no accessories and so forth. Whatever. We're guys. We're roughnecks. We're all this, all that. We don't accessorize. Hear me out. We do accessorize. So if you're gonna have long hair and all this, or not brushing it, keep that messy look, throw a hat on. It doesn't have to be with your logo or anything, but just throw a hat on, something that's half decent or whatever, and it still gives you that, more professional kind of contractor look. So, and having a hat on, it's not wearing it this way. You're not trying to wear it this way just yet. You're still in that first impression. You're not kind of trying to come off that, more street person. Wear, wear it, you know, accordingly. I mean, don't come in like this, hiding your eyes, because first impressions, you want eye contact. You want to be able to look your customers in the eyes, show them how sincere you are, how beneficial it is for you to be talking with them and vice versa, because after all, you're trying to provide a service in their house, and this is, you know, where they want to make sure they're making the right call from the get-go and not second guessing wanting to price shop per se. What, let me talk to somebody else, but you want to close the deal right then and there. But that is that first impressions. So a hat is a good way to go. I mean, if you're going to be clean cut, groomed, and all that, hey, that's great, you know. So for me, I wear hats. That's just my thing. So it helps me to promote myself even more. Um, a watch. I know there's smart watches. Everybody has smart watches. Yeah, a watch is another good accessory to have. And yes, we all have these. And this tells our time and everything else we need to know on it. But for the, again, the first impressions, when you're in someone's home and you're sitting at the table talking with them, it is a little easier to just kind of sit there and just kind of glance at your watch just a little bit to see what time it is, to see how you're doing with time, or where you need to be, or to govern yourself accordingly. If you're picking up your phone, you're at the table with somebody, and you're picking up your phone and looking at your time and stuff and just doing a quick swipe, you're showing to the customer that you're not valuing the time there, or you kind of want to be somewhere else, or the customer might be thinking, who are they talking to? Or what is it that I don't have their undivided attention? This is my house. I'm hoping to get professionalism or something out of this, and not just someone who's going to be, you know, looking at their phone while they have that one-on-one intimate conversation with them. And yeah, I'm going to say intimate conversation because dealing with your homeowners, with your customers, it should be an intimate relationship to build off of. I mean, it's not going to be right off the bat, but you want to establish that to get that confidence, to show that you care about them, you care about what you do, you care about your skill set and your services, and you care about making sure at the end of the day they're going to be happy with the product that they're getting, or the skill that they're getting, or the repair that they're getting, and so forth. So it is a little easier to kind of just look at your watch or kind of be inconspicuous versus picking up a phone. Again, a watch is an easier way to go. It's a more professional way to go on it, in my opinion, as far as, you know, keeping a you know, track of time, or however you want to govern it. All right, anyhow, um, so watches, and also on the gentleman side of it all, on the man side of it all, on the more mature side of things. On a side note, a watch or a timepiece was a way of being more formal, or in your more semi-formal casual wears, that a timepiece was a way that you also presented yourself. Or the guys used to have them here, or you know, different timepieces on your on your arm. But this also set the gentleman standard, or the mature standard of a fine timepiece. Well, it's not a fine timepiece, it's just a Casio G-Shock, but works great for the trades. So if you want to go with a smartwatch, hey, I'm all for it. That's your thing, but I'm not into the smartwatch thing. I, you know, hit my arm on too many things, sticking it inside walls and so forth, to want to scratch up, you know, a couple $100 watch versus eBay special. Hey, so, or no, this one was not eBay special. My other one was. This one, oh, this one was a Christmas gift from my wife. So, love you back, thank you. So, anyhow, accessories. Next thing you want to have, a couple things you want to have when you're going in and you're talking with someone in the first impressions, which is, again, having tape measure. You have to have a tape measure. I don't know how many people I've seen in trades and being in houses and small business jobs, and the contractor needs to go outside to grab a tape measure real quick, or can I borrow your tape measure? And that does not look professional on the business side of it all, on your side of it all, trying to be a handyman or any other contractor. to want to go ahead and talk to somebody about something, measure something while you're there, or give it kind of an approximation of square footage, linear footage, whatever you're trying to do, or even to say, hey, look right here on the wall, look right here, versus, hey, look over here. Seriously. So tape measure is a good thing to have, a must have on the contractor, on the handyman when you're walking into somebody's home. The next thing I would say to have, again, in my opinion, this is what I carry. All this is what I carry when I'm meeting somebody. With the idea of pointing out something, you can use the tape measure if that's what you have, and that's also awesome to have. Or what I also use, flashlight. So this is also great, especially in homes that are higher ceiling homes, or you have a lot of obstacles in your way where you cannot get close to a wall or any other area that you're trying to talk to your homeowners or your potential clients on, that you can use a flashlight to pinpoint the area to say, we are going to work on this area here, or we're going to focus over here, and so on and so on. So you can pinpoint the area of the concern, even though they may be aware of what they already want to do. But if you see other things that they're not, this is a good way to point it out to them, and to minimize where their eyes are glancing at, because a lot of times the homeowners can get lost in what you're trying to say. You know what you're trying to say because you can see it, but on their blind eyes, per se, or untrained eyes, they cannot see that. So, and they would just kind of get lost looking at it. Okay, but it's not really an okay. They really may not see it. So a flashlight definitely helps to pinpoint that, to say, we're working on this area right here. We're going to come all the way up and down, and we're going to come this way or this way. So it's a good way to guide them, to walk them through it, to give them that, direction of where you're trying to be at, and the total focus of everything that they may not see. I also, with the idea of using this as a pointer, because this also works great for all your dark areas too, especially when they have poor lit rooms like this one kind of is. But right, another video. Another plus to have, the flashlight. Yes, the plus, because it came with my flashlight, so I love it. This is by Milwaukee. Is that you got the flashlight, but you also have this. This one actually has a laser pointer on it, where I can say, instead of saying the whole area with the flashlight, I can say this spot right here, or this spot right there, and kind of give it a circular motion. So again, flashlight's a good first impression, cool to have on you, to walk your clients or potential clients through damages or areas of concern, to help keep the focus at this particular area and not them wondering exactly what you're talking about, but to keep you guys both on the same page. So again, that's, again, it's not, it's, for me, it's a must-have. It's up to you guys how you guys want to accessorize, how you want to wear, but this is what's worked for me. I also carry, I always carry a knife on me. I always carry a pocket knife. So this is Smith & Wesson. I think I picked this up at Home Depot too. The flashlight you can also get at Home Depot. The knife, same thing, I think. It's like $12. Great to have, especially if you're looking at walls that are kind of deteriorated, especially in dry walls where you want to poke the walls, or you're figuring out soft spots without pushing your whole hand through it. This is the way you're kind of probing a little bit, or when you don't have your razor knife on you or any other tool, sometimes the pocket knife, comes in handy. So especially if you're just opening a package for a customer while you're in their house, and they ask if you can quickly open this for them, open said Amazon thing that I've had a couple customers ask me, as packages come there and I'm working on the house, excuse me, handyman, can you help me lift this up, and can you open it for me real quick, just my nails or this or whatever it is. And it's great to just pull it out, open it up, and here you go, no problem. So it speaks a little bit more volume that you're prepared even without having tools on you that, yeah, I can help you out real quick, no problem. Let me take care of you. So that, and I would say another thing to have when you're walking up to meet somebody for the first time, uh, whether their house, a public meet, anything, is to have, let me see if I can do this, a folder or a clipboard or something. I would say at least a notepad. Carry a notepad with you, because this speaks major as far as taking notes, walking with the customers through their houses, sitting at a kitchen table while they're discussing their concerns, what they think, what you think, things that they're not seeing that you want to notate, as far as things like fasteners or certain tapes that may be needed, or what have you. You never know when you need to write something down with the client, especially on first impressions. It speaks volumes with them, where they're walking through the house and it's easy to say, I am going to remember it. And be honest, a lot of guys, you're not going to remember it. I don't remember it. I'll even tell my clients now, let me write it down. Be patient. Let me write it down. I will tell you I'm going to remember it. I'm probably not going to remember it. Write it down. Tell me to write it down. Plus, when they see you writing it down, it shows that you're taking sincerity, that you're paying attention, and that you have notes on it, so they don't think later on that when they're talking to you, oh, I thought this was said, I thought that was said. No, we have notes on the conversation, or what we agreed on, or what we discussed, and it's right here. This helps out. So this is what I would say use. This, if you want to have one of these, that's a plus. I just have it because I just got off the road, so sweet tea, gotta love it. So your second impressions is how you talk. So after they meet you, after you talk with, or after you do the whole meet and greet, handshakes, how you doing, hello, you get past that first stage of everything. The rest of it is how you talk, how you present yourself. Try to talk as professional as possible, not slang, not trying to shortcut your words or abbreviate them in some ways that I've seen some guys try to do. All your technical terms. Remember, you're dealing with clients, potential clients, who have no idea about the trades themselves or what a lot of these terms mean. Keep it simple and keep it easy to understand. Walk them through it. This will definitely, my phone's cut off. Anyhow, this definitely helps out a lot with, again, trying to close the deal right there at the first meet and greet, to go ahead and be able to do your estimates, talk about costs, materials, and estimations, another video. If you guys want to, I can do a video on that, but there's a lot of videos out there with estimations. So you can check them out, or I can do one and give you a Reader's Digest on it, or kind of go a little bit more detailed on some big jobs, some small jobs. But again, another video. So just on the brief, your first impression is what's going to set the pace if you're going to get that job, if you're not going to get that job. The first impression is also going to set the pace if they're going to invite you back for another meet. Follow up with the client within 48 hours, no more than 48 hours. Follow up with the client or the potential client, because this again shows the sincerity of what you're trying to do. This is also the salesman side of everything, to show that you're following up, because one, yeah, you want the job. Yeah, that's what it's about, profits and trying to get the job. But two, you're showing relationship with the client, that you're taking sincerity towards this, that you're taking pride in the conversation you guys had, and that it was worth something, that you yourself want to do the job, or you would like to help them out, that you think you are the best fit to help them out. So yeah, follow up with them also. So this is still part of that first impressions, because all this is wrapped into that one thing to set the pace. Why do they want to go with you? Because you're communicative, because you represent yourself properly, because you're dressed well, you're organized, or you have the right things at the right time. So it shows, wow, this other guy I talked to wasn't, doing that. He wasn't showing a flashlight with me, or he didn't have a tape measure. I had to give him a tape measure to use so we can measure. So this is all that first impression. So that's how you get the clients. I mean, that's one way to get the clients, but yeah, if you can get a shirt, I mean, you can get the shirts and stuff. That's great. I mean, I can tell you, first impressions, this speaks highly. I've been in restaurants having breakfast, having lunch in between projects, taking my wife out to brunch, and we've just been sitting there. And I've had countless times where the waitress will ask me if I work in the area. She couldn't help but noticing my shirt. Do I work in the area? Yes, I do. Or can you leave some cards? We have clients. We have clients coming in and out all the time who's always seeking services that they're new to the area. Do you know anybody? So that is a great first impression. I've had other people come up to me in restaurants while I'm sitting down and eating, and it's never a disturbance either. I mean, I do welcome it. I mean, I like to share if I can help out, if I can be involved, if I can point them in the right direction, even if it's something I don't offer. But I've had a few people come up that they love my shirt. They like it. They're looking for somebody who looks like it might be a fit because they see in the title of my name or the sub part of it of what I do as far as handyman goes. And I've had one customer ask, well, not one customer, one client. Well, yeah, she did turn out to be a client. Asked me in a restaurant, can I take a picture of the back of your shirt so that I can call you later? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's kind of what it's for. Yeah, so, I'm recognized. So she took a picture of the shirt. A couple weeks later, called me up and, hey, I saw you in the restaurant and remember I took a picture of your shirt. I was wondering if you can help out. Yeah, sure. Let me come on over and let me set a date. I'll be over there and let me address your concerns. We can talk about the matters at hand and let's see if this is a good fit and what we can do for you to rectify your situation. So it's a good first impression. So and there's other ways about going about it too. First impressions can be social medias too, and your business cards when they're found somewhere. That first impression is how that walk up is to you, how that first person who is presented. So what they're carrying with them, do they look very serious about what they do, or does it look like they're just looking to get a side job? So a good example of first impression that went wrong at a family member of mine's house. I'm just kind of hanging out there on a weekend out of my attire, just all relaxed fit. And I just so happened to open the door and there was another guy on the door. Came in shorts, cargo shorts, kind of had ripped up, came a wife beater, tank top, that was it, and cigarette, well, not a cigarette, I guess he had it. I didn't pay too much into it, but it was his hands, 2 fingers, whatever. So came in, long hair, everything, was asking if he can cut a tree down just outside in the yard. That can he cut? I'm like, I'm not the owner of the house, but they're away. But I can tell you right now, I know who the owners of the house are. It's family members of mine. I can say it's going to be a no-go, bro. I can tell you that right now. I'm just sorry they're not going to acquire their services. And that's me going off of first impressions, that you're really not taking that pride in that sincerity of trying to be a business. I mean, maybe side work. So, and I get it that everyone's trying to make side work and trying to, get a gig just to make ends meet. But when you're trying to run a business, when you're trying to start up a company, when you're trying to represent yourself to the fullest for growth, for profit, to set stability for yourself, for your family, you have to dress the part. That is a big thing. I mean, once you're in with your client and you're doing whatever kind of work and you need to dress down because it's going to be a messy day, or you're painting or whatever it is you're doing, you're messing with drywall mud, and you're going to get all caked up. Wear what you're going to wear, because, I mean, that's the kind of where you're at with work. But when you're the first part of the first stage is the first impressions, and you are the salesman part of it, you're wearing the salesman hat, you need to dress more of a salesman than you are the contractor who's ready to come in and slap some mud on the wall. So again, I can't stress it that first impressions what you're wearing, how you present yourself, the way you talk, that is going to speak volume and miles on if there's going to be a second appointment or not. So I just wanted to say that as far as who I am, what I am, yes, I am a handyman. I have my own business. I've had it for a few years now. It is successful. It's helped me to get a brand new 2021 house. It's been awesome. This business supports my family. It supports myself. It supports all our activities and recreational. My wife has been able to leave her job after years of just not being the right fit and being kind of unhappy there, that this has been a way of providing for my family and my wife to detach and to focus on more of what she wants to do, and me being able to provide that. So starting the business, going into handyman, doing all this kind of work, and starting videos, and along with everything else that I do, this has been a very fortunate journey. It's been very profitable. The first year, a very slow year, but the first year, like in anyone else says in small business, you're gonna eat ramen noodles, macaroni and cheese the first year, so get ready. For me, it was beans and rice. So I was on beans and rice for the first year. I actually still am. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's my comfort food. Guess they didn't want to talk to me. A background on me. Again, this is my intro video to This One Guys Handyman page. I've been in the trades since I was 17 years old. I've come up in metal studs and drywall. I got into being a glass glazier over about 10, 12 years. I ventured into a couple other different parts of the trades. Like in closet organizations and design, started with day one pushing a broom, walked away as one of the top managers of a reputable company, that's down in my area. I ran some multi-million-dollar jobs. I've been a foreman, top foreman, traveled throughout the state, doing what I've done for companies. And then over a few years ago, branched away, I broke away from the herd, started my own thing, did it with very minimal. First year was a struggle. Every year, it gets better and better. Okay, the phone didn't ring, but that little chirp, and I'll get a voicemail. Hey, check it in a minute. So anyhow, what can I say? Started in the whole idea of being a tradesman in summer of '89. I was 10 years old. My dad took me on the job site. He was a metal stud framer, hanger, however you want to call it. Anyhow, decades later, here I am. I'm running a successful business, and now making videos for everybody else who wants to come up on how to get started, what to do, how to get customers, maybe be just another channel out there that you can get information off of, what to do, what not to do, to help in your collection of all the other videos out there, to come up with your own style, with your own way of becoming a handyman, or becoming any other contractor out there, or going self-employed for yourself. That's it for me right now. First impressions. Like I said, to me, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. It's that's just how I feel. It's what's worked for me. It may not work for you, but that's the trades. We all have different skill sets. As long as we get the same result, same great finished product, the client's happy, it's done at a great price, and we can profit and grow, take care of our families. Hey, So, Handyman channel, This One Guy. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to check me out more, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. I'm not going to say that on every video, hit like, subscribe, and all that. You guys on YouTube, you know what to do if you're interested, but I do appreciate it if you do. It helps me to let you know that I can help somebody else. I can share something that someone needs to hear, or a way of doing something to help to make your project easier, to make your way of success easier, to help you to grow, or maybe something you did not think about to be like, hey, I did not think about that. Let me try that out. Maybe it'll help me or something. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. This one guy. Later.